Now, breaking news from NBC4.
We have breaking news. Major developments just moments ago in a case that we have been covering for years.
A judge has dismissed all cases involving former Ohio State University Dr. Richard Strauss. Our Colleen Marshall just got a glimpse of that ruling. She joins us now with the latest. Colleen, you personally have been following this case for years. What can you tell us about what this means?
I can tell you that this is a devastating blow for the more than 300 men who have active cases against Ohio State University involving alleged sexual abuse by Dr. Richard Strauss over a 20-year period. Now, I've got a copy of one of the opinions and orders handed down late today. In fact, I'm told the judge is still having a conference call with the attorneys involved in these multiple cases. The judge essentially has dismissed all claims on the basis of the statute of limitations. This is something those plaintiffs have been fighting since the very beginning. If you'll remember, 3.5 years ago, when a group of men first went public at a board of directors meeting at Ohio State University, then President Drake and the chairman of the board of directors at Ohio State promised all of those victims that they would be compensated, that the university would make this right, especially since the university launched its own investigation, the so-called Perkins-Coie report, that concluded not only were hundreds of men sexually abused by this then-teen doctor, but that coaches, administrators, trainers, professors all knew that this abuse was underway, that what Dr. Strauss was doing was a well-known secret, so to say, on campus. And they were promised they would be compensated for the wrong that they suffered through. But Judge Michael Watson has issued opinions and orders today saying that the university was right when it said that all of those claims are time-barred, that the statute of limitations expired, and what that means is all of those plaintiffs will go uncompensated. The case essentially ended today.
Colleen, forgive my legal ignorance on this. What is the statute of limitations on sexual assault/abuse?
I think in this case it would have been 20 years. And of course it might have been 10 years. And I'm sorry, I have to double check on that myself. But this, as you know, the Dr. Strauss left the university in 1998. So they were time barred by the statute of limitations. What these plaintiffs had asked, though, was for the university to not assert the statute of limitations. It's an affirmative defense that they don't have to assert. And they also had gone to the legislature, asking the legislature to carve out some kind of an exception to the statute of limitations in applying to these men who were sexually abused. Some of them said that they always thought all along that they were the only victim, that nobody else was harmed by this. And when they found out that not only were they not the sole victim, but that university officials knew about it, they thought that statute of limitations should be told by the wrongdoing. They made Title IX claims that there was a hostile environment, a heightened risk that the university knew about, that they had deliberate indifference to prior sexual harassment, and deliberate indifference to a report of sexual harassment. So what they were saying is the statute of limitations should be told because the university actively worked to hide that this was underway and let these people be victimized over a period of 20 years. We know from the Perkins-Coie report that it wasn't just sexual molestation. About 36 of these men were physically raped by that doctor. He committed suicide, of course, in 2005, so there's no way that he could be held accountable. But this group felt all along that the university should be held accountable, and they, of course, now, I've talked to a few of them today, and they say it looks like that can never happen for them. And one of them said, we're being victimized all over again by Ohio State.
All right, Colleen, we know that you have followed this very closely over the last several years. You will continue to let us know what you learned, what you hear from the victims as well. We thank you for bringing this to us this evening. And of course, if you want to see any of Colleen's previous stories, you can do so by going to NBC4i.com.
Colleen, we'll see you with more at 6 o'clock. Thanks very much.